All set to go on a picturesque, snowy December day. And we're underway from Soldier Field. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion!
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
They give it to him again. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You've got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Throwing the out route complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Red on red.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 43. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Looking slant route complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 31. Gets it to him on the screen. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jalen Johnson with the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd down, Lawrence to throw. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Has the connection to Adunze. He winds up out of bounds with things not settled yet, and we've got a flag down. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit.
On the set.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Let's go now. Hut, hut.
Off the play fake, Williams. Completed to his running back. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Running for the marker on second. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Working from the gun, Williams. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Williams from the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And what a play! He gets there to lay a massive hit and stop him after that catch. It's going to be fourth down. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that will get them on the board.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Return starts at the 9. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Route.
Plowing up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here's 2nd and 11. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Tremaine Edmonds has it. And the Bears are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out. That's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
That's 1 quarter down in our Christmas Eve contest. Just 3-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They have it second down, well inside of field goal range. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs. I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. They send the tight end in motion left. It's Johnson on second down. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Only one on the carry, so that's going to bring up second and goal from the 3. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears make it a 10-point ball game. The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Hey, Lion!
Here's a give up the middle. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. Another carry for him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throwing is Lawrence on third down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
He has it at the 33. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it's going to be Bears football. First and 10 from the 41. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. It was Andre Sisco who hauled him down there. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up second and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, second and 9. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the shotgun, Lawrence. They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Bears take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. We'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Man in motion here. 2nd and 8. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back to the well again. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. Back-to-back runs yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
3rd down, here's Williams. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Out now are the special teamers to try a Bears field goal. He was good on his 1st attempt, and his 2nd from a little over 45 here.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lawrence now off the play action. It's caught. This is Gabe Davis. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. And it's the Jaguars with a 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. That's Thomas. He's got it. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
11 Haggett. Silver.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Lawrence looking to throw. Hits him on the in route. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Here we go on fourth, Lawrence. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
Williams to throw on first. Brought in by Ayuk. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 47. Komet brings it in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Here's the give on third and short. Up to the races, middle of the field. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears get more points to end a lopsided first half. Well, I think they would have been happy just getting a new set of downs, Brock. Instead, he hits a home run.
And you know this, Kate. I love run plays on this down and distance because you usually get man-to-man. And what happens with man-to-man, those guys turn their backs. And if you get a lane, you get a shot, big plays can follow.
The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half.
Take right open.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Trying for the deep ball. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. So they're left facing third and long.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Hey, run!
Third and long for him here. Setting up the screen. Space past the 35. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Hey, Lion!
One final shot before halftime. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. And that one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So second down coming up. One last play before the break.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. That one's incomplete over the middle. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. From his own end zone, here we go. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Williams set to pass. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Jaguars get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, go, go. Go, go. 13, Lou. Lou.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to...
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Jaguars start the second half with some needed points. On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Extra point is good in this wintry weather. And the Jaguars drop the lead back to 13. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Go.
Williams from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. Williams on the play action. Has the connection to Odunze. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. Give now to the running back. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. 18, trap 60, trap 60.
Working from the gun, Williams. Completed here to Komet. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's 2nd and 11. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's brought down after a short gain.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Able to get it to Benson. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
60 Eagle.
They'll try and punch it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Go.
Now here's Williams. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Third and goal, it's Williams. And he has the Chicago touchdown! The Bears make it a 3-possession game. It's our All the Dudes a touchdown! It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called,
the Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
24.
Tight end going in motion here. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Offense up to the line fast. First down throw, Lawrence. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
this is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Lone back gets the handoff. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
That throw finds Komet. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That's Odafe Owe with a stop.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Williams to throw on third. Throw right side hauled in by Komet. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. It's not quite over yet, but...
On the set.
They've got first down from the 31.
Hey, check that. Set the knee.
Hand off to the back. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Rocco 80. Ready.
From the 29. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Chicago first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Williams to throw on first. And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears put up even more points in a win. It's a Roma Dudes a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Bears grow their lead yet again. The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Rip 23. Here we go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Desperation time here on 4th. He's going to push one deep down there. They connect on the deep shot. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? It gets him the first on 4th down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Short pass brought in. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Hey, easy. Route,
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Slot man in motion right. Back-to-back carries here. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Sending him up the middle. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Down by 3 scores, their hand is forced. They're going to try the onside kick here. We're waiting for that signal, waiting. Oh, they've got it! The Jaguars recovered! New set of downs for him from the 46.
Hey, Lion!
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Completed left side to Thomas. And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
Let's go.
Working quickly here.
Take right open.
Lawrence now off the play action. Connects on the crosser. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bears decide to call their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And they make the stop, but a lot closer to the end zone now. He got it to the 11. Putting a receiver in motion. Third down, Lawrence to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
He connects downfield on 4. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
24.
Lawrence working from the gun. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
The Jags have the offense out for another 2-point attempt.
23. Silver.
Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion. Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. We're waiting for that signal, waiting. Oh, they've got it! The Jaguars recovered! Timing's so important for a team to recover its own onside kick, but jumped the gun there before it went 10 yards, and that drew the flag.
Come on, set.
Now we're on the counter. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
They've got a man in motion.
Set, go.
They give it to him again. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Come 19, come 19. Set. Put.
Williams from the gun. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Jaguars have some new life in the 4th.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six.
He's got it deep downfield. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars parlay the interception into points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
An extra point try coming. This would importantly make it a 1-score game. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. They knew what they had to do, Brock. They got the score and now need to pull off this onside kick. And it looks like the Bears are able to recover that kick. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
Ready.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set up. Go.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Bears up by 8. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Pass caught by Adunze. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
Let's go now.
This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. Going to be a victory for the Bears as they drop to a knee here.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Fourth down now. Another kneel would stop the clock and turn it over. Let's see what they do here. So Soldier Field sees another win for the Bears.